Listen to what patients are saying about Utah Eye Centers.
I've wanted LASIK for years and finally saved up the money to do it. All my questions and concerns were put to ease by Dr. Pohl. It was assured that the procedure is painless and the recovery time is very fast. I love being able to see without my contacts or glasses.
With 4 convenient locations and doctors of all specialties, Utah Eye Centers is the clearest choice in eye care.
I can see clearly now.
Welcome to the KSL Real Estate Show. Hear updates on the national and local Utah real estate markets. We cover residential and commercial properties. Plus, get inspiring ideas to make your house a home from our sponsor, Osmond Designs. Here's Heather Osmond and Jeff Caplan on KSL News Radio.
Welcome to the Real Estate Show. Thank you for joining us. I'm Jeff Caplan. Heather Osmond is here from Osmond Designs. Her stores are in Lehigh and Orem, and you brought a slew of people into the studio this day.
It's a party today, Jeff. I have to tell you, I have been looking forward to today's show for the entire week because we have the coolest guests all the way from High Point, North Carolina. And, you know, Sally's here from Denver, Colorado. She's been on the show before. She's a regular at this point, right? She's been on twice before. But today we get to talk about furniture. A lot of times on the Real Estate Show, we talk about what's going on in the market, not only in Utah, but also nationally. We talk about commercial real estate. We talk about residential real estate. But at some point, you know, you have to furnish all of this. You know, so today we have Sean O'Connor. He is the president of Universal Furniture. You guys, this is
Thanks for having me.
One of the largest furniture manufacturers, not only in the country, but in the entire world. And we just have the president and then also the regional VP, Jim Roberts, on. So Sean O'Connor, president, Jim Roberts, regional VP. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us. It's great to be here.
This is so cool. Okay, you guys, so give us a little intro. How did you get into the business? Sean, you first.
I kind of grew up in the business. So I grew up, I'm third generation in the business. Now my kids are getting into the business, so they'll be the fourth generation. But I had a grandfather who grew up in the New York, New Jersey area, selling furniture as a sales rep, and a father who grew up under that family and went to college to study business and wound up working for Ethan Allen Furniture before it was even Ethan Allen at the time. And so I was born in Connecticut to a furniture family. And as careers went on, the family moved to North Carolina, which is the furniture capital of the world. Furniture moved overseas and is also made domestically. And so I started straight out of college. I went to school at a small college in Hickory, North Carolina, which is right in the heart of all of the furniture manufacturing for all the upholstery for most of the furniture industry today, and started to work for an upholstery company, actually based out of Virginia, and then found my way to Universal Furniture, which happened to be a company that was within a portfolio of companies that my father had started with and then had eventually took public, which was Samsung Marketing Companies. And so he started one of the initial companies that eventually bought to Universal Furniture, which has been historically, it's a 50-plus-year-old company that's been in manufacturing for all over the world, case goods and now upholstery, both domestically and import. And I've been the president now for a little over a year and a half, and been with the company for almost 13 years now. So it's been a fun ride, and we're excited to take it to the next level.
Well, and I love the direction that you were going. Universal Furniture is one of Osmond Design's favorite brands. We buy so much product from you. We love the style, we love the price point, and you do all different styles. So we'll talk about that a little more. But Jim Roberts, introduce yourself. We love that.
Yeah, so the way I got in the business, I didn't come from a furniture family. I kind of fell in this business, and you may experience this too, Heather, because I know you have a senior in high school. It's hard to know what you want to do with your life when you're, 17 years old, right? And I thought I was going to study physical therapy and maybe even go into medicine. And then when I graduated high school, I got a job at a department store selling furniture and mattresses, and I was quite good at it. And I made a very good living. And I said, I think this is what I want to do. So I changed my major and I put myself through school selling furniture and mattresses, and I've been in the industry ever since. Joined Universal a couple years ago. It's a wonderful company with great people and beautiful furniture, and I love the industry.
So much fun. So it's interesting how we all became involved in this industry. Sally, you're up next.
Oh,
What's your intro?
oh my goodness. Well, I grew up in North Carolina, and furniture, if you grew up in North Carolina, furniture's in your blood and you're surrounded by it. It's the water you're swimming in. And I started my career with the electric utility and had a chance and got a buyout package. And they sent me back to school and said, you can do anything you want. And I got an interior design degree, and I've never looked back.
That's amazing. So Sally Simerson is here from Denver, Colorado. She's a furniture rep for the area, and Sally and I go way back. I think that she even knew my babies way back
I did.
when.
I think I did some babysitting for you.
You did, probably. Absolutely. What's your favorite thing about Universal Furniture? Sean, you're first.
Boy, that's a tough question. I think, the one thing that we hang our hat on is that we try to be the easiest company to transact with. And so our goal every day going into the office is to try and make it as easy as possible for people to buy furniture from us. And so having a diversified product offering and making sure that we're answering the phone for everybody from the sales rep to the customer service team to make sure that we're answering questions, and then we stand behind their product. I don't think there's ever been a question of whether or not we would take care of an issue to try and take care of our customers. And so, being able to be with a company that's in a position to really stand behind what we do and what we say is important. And I think we go into the office every day with that mindset of making sure that we try and make a really good product and then stand behind it. And then at the end of the day, trying to, it is a business and everybody has a choice of who they want to buy product from. But, if we can make it as easy as possible to buy product from us, then we feel like we are doing our part.
I agree. Jim, what do you love most about Universal?
Well, definitely Sean. I mean, and I'm not just saying that because he's my boss. There's several things. I will say, I say that a bit tongue-in-cheek. I do love the people, and who you work with makes a lot. We have a lot of talent, and we have a lot of great people. But, I think what I love the best is that we make, beautiful furniture that's high quality. We have a broad range of looks. We offer a lot, and we're a great value, I think, in the market for the quality we provide. The fact that we have a whole home resource, from selling, you have to be able to sell with conviction, right? And I can sell with conviction because I know we make beautiful product that's high quality and is priced well in the market. If it were not that, I'm not good at faking it, and I don't have to fake it. I love what we do, and we make beautiful stuff.
I agree 100% with everything that you said. It's easy for me to sell this to my customers. It's very family friendly. We live in Utah. We have more kids than any other state in the country. So we need family friendly product that still looks nice. And that's something that Universal Furniture offers, which is why I love selling it in my store. Sally, what's your favorite thing that you love about Universal?
I love the style, and I love that we continually create new product to meet all the trends, and that's why we're out this week looking at the trends in Utah and looking at what Utah families buy, so that we are bringing the right product to the market. So I love that I'm involved in a trend business. And then I love my customers.
I agree. And it's not very often that the president and the regional VP visit Utah to come and make sure that their retailers are being taken care of. And so I admire and respect you for you doing that and getting out in the areas so that you have a better view of what's going on in the market. So then when you go back to design and create what you're presenting, that you have some background on that. So what did bring you to Utah?
Well, we wanted to see how people are living in the West. I think it's interesting that you said about the families and how you live. Being a father of 3 and having 2 dogs, I mean, we test our product every day in our own homes. And so making sure that we have performance fabrics and making sure that the product is built to the scale that homes, not only in the West, but the California coast to the East Coast, and what people want in Florida for our coastal living brand, and all the things that we offer at Universal. I think you can allow yourself to get pigeonholed into specific looks, and I think we need to make sure that we're broad enough in our offering and that we've got products that appeal to all parts of the country.
But can your furniture hold up to 11 kids? That's the question here.
That's the cutoff, though. It gets to 13, we're done.
We're done. Jeff, only in Utah. How about you, Jim?
Yeah, the same thing. We don't want to live in a bubble. We've got to experience the West, and this is a great furniture market, and that's why we really, Sean hasn't been West in a while, and I wanted to say, hey, let's get out there. This is where we're going to start. It's a beautiful city. It's a great furniture market.
Excellent. You're listening to the KSL Real Estate Show. I'm Heather Osmond, owner of the Osmond Design Stores, and I have guests in today. We have Sean O'Connor. He's the president of Universal Furniture. Jim Roberts, regional VP. Sally Simerson, furniture rep for the area. You're listening to the KSL Real Estate Show. We'll be right back.
We're back with the KSL Real Estate Show, sponsored by Osmond Designs on KSL News Radio.
Welcome back to the Real Estate Show. Thanks for listening. I'm Jeff Caplan. Heather Osmond is right there from Osmond Designs. Her stores are in Lehigh and Orem. What's going on at the stores?
We're in the thick of the Park City Showcase of Homes. We did an incredible mountain modern home up in the Park City area. If you have not been to the Park City Showcase of Homes, it is not too late. It is going on today. It will also be going on next weekend, and you definitely want to go check that out. I always call it Pinterest and House in person. So come and walk and see the latest in furnishings, see the latest in all the design trends, the tiles, the flooring, the landscape. I mean, it's all there. And I'm just going to give you a little plug. We actually have a lot of Universal furniture in our parade home this year, which we're really excited about. Today, we have such incredible guests on. We have Sean O'Connor. He's the president of Universal Furniture, all the way from High Point, North Carolina. We have Jim Roberts. He is the regional VP, also from High Point, North Carolina. And we have Sally Simerson. She is our furniture rep from Denver, Colorado, here in the studio with us. How do you guys go about designing all your products? You guys are one of the largest furniture manufacturers, not only in the USA, but also in the entire world. Sean, how do you go about that process?
It's a number of things that go into it, and it usually takes from concept to actually getting to the market. It could take as long as 2 years. And so that process starts, and you can move faster depending on trends, but it usually takes 16 months to 24 months to kind of get out with a major collection. And we study everything from all over the world, and it could be anything from inspiration from artwork to, we'll go to design shows in Europe, which a lot of times product is first style-wise. You'll start to see things and trends in Europe that will inspire things that will happen here in the U.S. And then you'll see it from textiles. You'll start to see from fashion shows to what you're seeing in used to be a longer trend of what you'd see in stores and clothing. Color-wise was a longer trend before you'd see it into furniture. Now it's a lot faster. You can see the same greens and blues that are in stores today will be in your pillows and textiles that are used in furniture every day. And so a lot of things start that trend. But what we've been on more recently has been a trend of more modern. And when I say modern, it's not the sleek Italian modern. It's more of an organic modern, or more of a textural modern. So when you see finishes, the finishes have more wood texture and grain that you can see in the finishes. It's just more of a sleek silhouette that's accented with more of the jewelry hardware that will kind of stand out on the piece. So that's how the product is kind of driven by, it's become very textile or driven. That's actually bled over into the case goods. So what we've seen from a textile standpoint is bouclés and texture. depth in fabrics. And so that depth in fabrics bled over into sandblasting finishes and texture that's in your wood grain that you'll see in the furniture. So organic modern is kind of what we did, more of a textural modern that we launched last fall. That is just now out into stores. So this last spring at the furniture market in High Point, North Carolina, we launched an organic transitional or traditional group. Traditional is not the same as what it once was, and so it had to have a lot of more texture and feel in the finishes, a lot more depth, and then there's a little more style to it than maybe the traditional furniture that we all grew up with, and it's a little more style, fashion forward, and then a more transitional. And we usually bring out 2 main collections every season to continue to fill voids. So we might have product that we'll launch that's more East Coast driven or Southeastern driven, where there's a lot of growth in the Carolinas down to Florida, where people are retiring. There's a big wave of baby boomers that are moving there to Arizona and to different portions of the country. And so, we've got product that's kind of driven towards that as that next wave of customers coming into the marketplace, as well as the first-time home buyers.
I'm curious because I'm nearing that age. Mm-hmm. I don't think I'm going to end up in Florida or Arizona. Could happen. So what am I supposed to be interested in?
Well, I think that it depends on your lifestyle. I mean, you may be driven depending on, out here where we're seeing a lot more natural wood tones. So we've actually been on that kick for the last, I guess, 3 markets, and you're going to see more of it again this fall, which will bleed into the middle of 2025. The launches that we make in October, we have 2 main furniture markets for the actual industry. Those happen in April and October each year. And those are happen in High Point, North Carolina. That is the hub for the actual entire world of furniture. And so we'll have retailers that will come in from all over the world to shop furniture. And so that's where you'll kind of see things kind of come together at that point.
And Sean, you're speaking our language because we call it mountain modern here, but it's a very relaxed, cozy, clean line, lots of bouclés, lots of texture, but just very comfortable. And, that's just all the rage here, which is why, again, we're buying so much of your product right now because it's just flying out the door. We're so excited to have that. You're listening to the KSL Real Estate Show. Today we have Sean O'Connor. He is president of Universal Furniture all the way from High Point, North Carolina. Also Jim Roberts, regional VP all the way from North Carolina as well. And Sally Simerson, she's a furniture rep in the area. Stay tuned. We're going to be right back with more.
Welcome to the KSL Real Estate Show. Hear updates on the national and local Utah real estate markets. We cover residential and commercial properties. Plus, get inspiring ideas to make your house a home from our sponsor, Osmond Designs. Here's Heather Osmond and Jeff Caplan on KSL News Radio.
Welcome back to the Real Estate Show. We're glad you're listening. I'm Jeff Caplan. Heather Osmond is here from Osmond Designs. Her stores are in Lehigh and Orem. So what's going on at the stores now?
Jeff, we're knee-deep into the Parade of Homes. It's called the Showcase of Homes up in the Park City area. Definitely check that out this weekend. It will be today and tomorrow as well as next weekend. And what I love most is there's a lot of Universal Furniture in that parade home. Today we have Sean O'Connor. He is the president of Universal Furniture all the way from High Point, North Carolina, here to be on the KSL Real Estate Show with us. So cool. I can't even believe you're here. I'm fangirling just a little bit. I'm just going to say we don't really have presidents and regional VPs visiting us that often. So thank you for being here. Jim Roberts is the regional VP, also from High Point, North Carolina. And we have Sally Simerson, one of my dear friends, who is a furniture rep in the area. And she just takes care of our store so beautifully. And we really appreciate her. She's here from Denver, Colorado. So welcome back, Sally.
Thanks, Heather.
For this segment, we want to talk about furniture trends. Oftentimes, furniture follows fashion trends, but you guys are pretty innovative and cutting edge on making some of those trends. How does Universal Furniture stay ahead of that curve?
Well, we're constantly watching trends. We shop all over the world. We are going to shows all over Europe to the United States to shopping 15 different magazines, shelter magazines every month, of pulling tears and looking at what's happening. Everything from fashion and in the world of fashion and clothing to the way that the style of homes that so the scale and the size of homes will drive directions and trends to what we're doing. The pricing of homes. There's a number of things that will drive decisions as to the direction that we might build product. If scales of homes are scaling down and apartments are trending up, we might build more queen size beds and smaller scale beds and smaller scale nightstands. There's different calls that we start to hear. We also try and listen to our customers as much as possible. So making trips out and shopping different markets around the country and listening to what you're getting calls for. We may not build a particular product, but somebody else might. And so designing something that's a smaller scale nightstand because people have a need for that in a second bedroom, and just listening for those particular trends of what's happening there. Or, hey, your beds are a little too tall. We need to have beds that are lower because we've got windows above the bed and all of our homes because of this particular market that we're in. It's a number of different things that we can listen and try to design product around. But typically right now it's not as sleek. It's more casual. The finishes are more casual. They're a little drier. There's a lot more wood tones in product. We went through a phase of a lot of white and gray, and we've kind of moved away from that a little bit. I think that white is still going to be here. It's a nice palette cleanser, and you can build so much off of that. But there is a movement of warmer tones that we've seen in the last year, and so we're trending more back to espressos and light browns to dark browns. We started that this last season, and you'll see more of it coming into October and into 2025. You'll see a lot more warmer tones again. So the world turned to a lot of white and gray, and now it's getting back to the warm tones. And so it's exciting to kind of see, because that's where furniture originated, and we saw so much of that for so many years. And so we're actually, one of the things we are doing just in listening to our customers is we're trying to have collections when we launch them to have product that appeals to the West and appeals to the East. So we might actually, in most of our collections now, we're introducing 2 different finishes. So we're also trying to maximize dollars per square foot for our customers. So if you have a store like you do, we might give you a finish in a warm brown tone, but offer you a natural finish also that you can order out of our warehouse if you don't have it in stock. So trying to give you more options to offer your customers so that you can maximize the showroom space that you have, to driving them to your website to make purchases and see that you have more than just that which you have on the floor. And so that goes everything from the bedroom and dining room furniture that we make to the upholstery, and utilizing an online draping tool to drape over 450 fabrics and 50 leathers and all the things that you can't have in your store or in your show house. You can't show but a handful of things, right? You can't show enough, even though you've got 45,000 square feet, right? You don't have the ability to show everything from everyone. And so when you've got 450 fabrics and 50 leathers, with the ability to do customer's own material and all the things that Universal has to offer, we need to give you the tools to show the customer exactly what they want to get. And so having an online draping tool on our website to show the customer exactly what the sofa is going to look like, or the chair that they're willing to purchase is going to look like in that particular fabric. It's an amazing thing when you make that choice, is you get exactly what you order. when you're able to choose from all the different finish choices and the fabric choices, and that allows the customer to stay on whatever trend that they want. So if you want to talk about trends, they can take it however they want. Your customer has that ability to customize and build furniture today in ways that they weren't able to do it, and to be able to see it before they actually purchase it in a lot of cases. And so we have everything from product that you can get in a matter of days out of a warehouse that's stocked in North Carolina, or you can special order it and have it in 6 to 8 weeks.
Well, and Utah is such a unique market because we have large homes. A lot of these homes are very large, and you need the tall headboards, and you need the oversized nightstands and the sideboards and the dining tables and all of those good things. But then, my kids have homes. They have condos, they have apartments. And my kids don't want the same furniture that I have in my home, and I don't want what they have in their home. But there's a style for all of us. And Universal carries what I love. They also carry what my daughters love in their homes. And it's very eclectic. Another thing that I love specifically about Osmond Designs is we have product on the floor. So you can bring your truck and trailer and you can take it home today. But we also offer design services. So you really can have something unique from the other 7 of your neighbors that are down the street. When you buy things at a big box store, they buy hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them. And so everyone seems to have the same sofa or the same bed set and whatnot. So I love that about Universal, that not only do you have things that are in stock that are available, but you can customize and just really have unique, different pieces, and you can move things around and have yours just very, very unique to yourself, which I think is great. Yeah. Jim Roberts.
Yeah, I would say, you're right. I mean, I think we try to be a little bit of everything to everybody, right? Because you're right. Some people want larger scale. Some people want larger scale. When we're in New York, they want smaller scale. Mountain Modern's a little larger scale. When I'm Hawaii, they want it smaller again. So we do try to offer a lot. We try to offer, again, we have a lot of broad ranging looks, things that have traditional influence, things that have modern influence. And I think you have to be a little careful sometimes with the nomenclature of things, because when you describe something as modern, well, what's modern? It may be different to you than what it is to me, right? So what we try to make is beautiful furniture that fits an overall, but let the customer say, because, what we call modern, I might not consider myself modern, but I'd buy any of those pieces for my home. So even with our latest collections, we call the Griffith Park collection, and then we have another collection that's called Avaline. One is more traditional influence, one is more transitional, but we don't say this is the traditional group and this is the transitional group. We let the customer decide what they like, because everybody has different tastes. We want to have a little bit of something for everybody.
Sally Simerson.
And a savvy retailer like Heather can combine those collections. And you might take the dining room chairs from one collection, the dining room table from another collection, and make something completely unique for your customers. And that's what I love about the depth of our line, is that you can then create your own look, not from just collections, but from the entire line. And what we're seeing today with consumers is that they have so much confidence because they have so many resources available. Shelter magazines, Pinterest, all those things that people can look at. They look at Instagram and they can see designs from around the world. So they may want something that's not in their back door. But if they have a savvy retailer like you, they can go see you and then they can create those looks.
You're amazing. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about lead times. How is that in the industry right now? You guys are on top of it. When we order things, it comes quickly. I don't know if I can say the same about other companies that we work with.
Well, we've worked really hard at that. We do have a unique feature that Universal has over most of our manufacturers, that we are about as vertical integrated company as anybody in the furniture industry. We own our factories both domestically and in other countries. And so where we need to manufacture product outside of the United States, we own that factory, so we can control our destiny a little more than other people can who are sourcing product in other countries. And so we're able to move it as fast as we can, but it's still 65 days on the water from overseas. And we work to hire as many talented people here in the United States to build out of our factory in Conover, North Carolina, to build all of our custom upholstery. We've got about 125 individuals there that are true craftsmen that build product there. And we try to deliver in about 6 to 8. We try to build it in 6 to 8 weeks. So delivery time out to Utah is a little bit longer than that, but it takes a little longer time to make bench-made product that is made specific for a customer. But other than that, we are working really hard to have product in stock all the time. In our High Point, North Carolina warehouse, we have about 350,000 square feet there to service anywhere around the country.
I love Universal Furniture. We have so much of your product on both of our showroom floors right now in Lehigh and in Orem. We have the president of Universal Furniture, the vice president, regional VP on with us today. And we have Sally Simerson, who's a furniture rep, also on. You're listening to the KSL Real Estate Show. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
We're back with the KSL Real Estate Show, sponsored by Osmond Designs on KSL News Radio.
We're back on the KSL Real Estate Show. I'm Jeff Caplan. Thanks for listening. Heather Osmond is here from Osmond Designs. Her stores are in Lehigh and Orem.
Yes, they are. And this real estate show is because of Central Bank being a proud sponsor of the KSL Real Estate Show. They are a local bank with locations all across the Wasatch Front. They have been in business for 130 years, and we really, really, really appreciate their involvement. And they're such a community bank. They support our friends and neighbors. They're always, the banners at every school football game and magazines, and we just love them. So if you need a loan of any kind, construction loan, a HELOC loan, a car loan, savings, definitely check out Central Bank. I'm a little biased because Central Bank is the bank that I use for my Osmond Design stores, and I really appreciate them. They've helped me make Osmond Designs what it is today. Today we have Sean O'Connor. He is the president of Universal Furniture. We have Jim Roberts. He is the regional VP for Universal Furniture. And we have Sally Simmerson, who is a furniture rep for this area. All from Universal Furniture. They are the leading manufacturer, not only in the USA, but also in the entire world for the latest design trends, high quality product, and incredible price points. High Point Furniture Market is coming up, you guys. I will be there to look at all your new intros. Give us a little sneak peek about what's going on.
We've got a lot of great new product coming. So we're actually introducing some new motion product, some great new stationary product. That's both some things made domestically, some things that are imported at a really great value, and all with great performance fabrics, great textiles, the newest trends for all of that. And then 2 great new whole home collections. So these whole home collections, one is a new transitional group that could be called Modern Farmhouse, but we've kind of had it under this name of Modern Farmhouse, but not Modern Farmhouse, because it would fill that void of this kind of mountain modern. And that's really what we were going after. So we're right on trend for being out here. Wanted to see another look at it. It was one of the reasons to take the trip out here. Make sure that our showroom looks on trend with what you would expect. And then we also have a new modern introduction. So we look at modern as a business for us, and it is something we continue to feed every season, because that is it. And as Jim kind of said a minute ago, that it is something different for everybody, and it is a very casual modern collection with some unique features to it that will be separating us from the marketplace. So we're continuing to push the trends. Sandblasted finishes, solid woods are being used on a lot of this product, which is something a little more unique. A lot of product today is made with veneers, and so we're really kind of testing the limits of trying to do some unique things that you can only do in solid wood. So there's a different depth that you can bring to the finishes and that you can only get with solid wood furniture versus veneers. And so that's some of the new product that'll be out in October, and you'll get to see it at retail in the middle of next year sometime. It's usually about an 8-month lead time from the time that we launch it to the time that it will be out in the marketplace sometime in 2025.
Well, and we are always receiving brand new Universal product on our showroom floors. So if you are driving around today, please stop by Osmond Designs. Come check out Universal Furniture. located in Lehigh and in Orem. We have over 45,000 square feet of showroom space, in addition to a 10,000 square foot warehouse, and we have it all in stock. So you can just come and get it. And then we also, of course, offer design services. So if you need an interior designer, come in. We'll help you put something together that's really unique to you, that's beautiful, using the best trends, the pillow fabrics. Your upholstery is incredible. It sits like a dream, and it's high quality, so it will last. You have those performance fabrics, which are absolutely incredible. If you haven't heard of those, we'll come in and we'll educate you. You don't want to buy anything else. Thank you so much for being here. Sean O'Connor, Jim Roberts, Sally Simmerson. You were listening to the KSL Real Estate Show. If you missed any of these episodes, please check out the KSL Radio website. It will be on there and you can share it with friends. Have a great day. See you next week.
Listen to what patients are saying about Utah Eye Centers.
Working with Dr. Griffin at Utah Eye Centers was wonderful. He listened to what I needed to say and took the time to explain all my options. I would recommend him to any and everyone. I required surgery in both eyes to restore my sight. The results were fantastic.
With 4 convenient locations and doctors of all specialties, Utah Eye Centers is the clearest choice in eye care.
I can see clear.